Alright, let's dive into this because it's a story that's got me thinking, what does it take to become a rugby giant? And I mean that both literally and metaphorically. The Brumbies just signed Aiden Stait, a 203 centimeters, 130 kilograms lock, and honestly, the first thing that popped into my head was, this guy's a walking skyscraper. But here's the thing, it's not just his size that's making waves. What makes this really interesting is the journey he's been on. Born in Bathurst, a stint with the St. George Dragons, and then a sudden pivot to rugby union in 2022. That's not your typical rugby resume. Personally, I think this kind of unconventional path is what makes athletes like Stait stand out. It's like he's been collecting experiences instead of just trophies, and that's a rare quality in professional sports. Now, let's talk about his move to the Brumbies. Stephen Larkham, the head coach, called Stait an investment in the future, and I couldn't agree more. But what does that really mean? In my opinion, it's not just about his physical attributes, though, let's be honest, those are hard to ignore. It's about the potential he brings to the table. Stait's time in France with Bayonne wasn't just a vacation, it was a crash course in international rugby. And now, he's bringing that global perspective back to Australia. One thing that immediately stands out is how the Brumbies are positioning themselves as a development hub for forwards. They've got a reputation for turning raw talent into world-class players, and Stait seems like the perfect candidate for that mold. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. Stait himself said that the conversations with the Brumbies coaches were a game-changer. They didn't sugarcoat his weaknesses, they laid out a clear pathway for improvement. And that, to me, is what separates good teams from great ones. It's not just about recruiting talent, it's about nurturing it. If you take a step back and think about it, this signing is a statement. The Brumbies aren't just looking for a quick fix, they are building something sustainable. And Stait, with his size, experience, and willingness to learn, fits perfectly into that vision. What many people don't realize is how much of a gamble this could be. Stait's only been playing union seriously for a couple of years. That's a blink of an eye in rugby terms. But the Brumbies are betting on his upside, and that's a bold move. Personally, I think it's a risk worth taking. Rugby needs more stories like this, athletes who defy the traditional path and prove that talent can come from anywhere. And let's not forget the broader implications here. If Stait succeeds, it could inspire a whole new generation of players who don't fit the mold. This raises a deeper question. Are we too quick to write off athletes who don't follow the conventional route? A detail I find fascinating is how Stait's size is being compared to legends like Will Skelton and Eben Etzebeth. That's some serious company. But here's the kicker, he's still got so much room to grow. The Brumbies aren't just getting a big body, they are getting a player who's hungry to learn. And that, in my opinion, is the most exciting part of this signing. It's not just about what Stait is today, it's about what he could become. What this really suggests is that rugby is as much about potential as it is about performance. And if the Brumbies play their cards right, they might just have the next big thing on their hands. So, as we wrap this up, I'm left wondering, what's next for Aiden Stait? Will he live up to the hype, or will he become another what-if story? Personally, I'm rooting for him. His journey from Bathurst to Bayonne to the Brumbies is a testament to the power of perseverance and adaptability. And if there's one thing I've learned from watching rugby, it's that the game always rewards those who are willing to put in the work. So, here's to Aiden Stait, may his rugby odyssey be as epic as the one Homer wrote about. What do you guys think? Is Stait the next big thing, or is this just another overhyped signing? Let me know in the comments below.